At what point does social responsibility turn into emotional burnout for men?
So, a man, especially in today's time, is going through multiple battles each and every day of his life.
So nowadays, cases of alimony maintenance after marriages are, hot trending nowadays when it comes to divorce. What do you think about this?
Some of the cases you see are genuine, where two people are not getting together. A woman needs some kind of protection monthly, some kind of alarm. But a lot of cases, especially lately we've seen, have been very stressful for men, is because it is more like a revenge kind of a situation that somebody takes on a man.
कोई भी स्कूल जो प्राइवेट गवर्नमेंट इट शुड बी कंपल्सरी दैट सेक्स एजुकेशन एटलीस्ट टू द बॉयज इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट एंड
बिल्कुल, बिकॉज वो एज पे वो जो सीखेंगे वही इन देयर एडल्ट लाइफ दे फॉलो. So they really need to know that what their boundaries are and what boundaries they need to set for other people, whoever they come across. Comprehensive sex education should go along with what I term as comprehensive trust education. Most of the times, 8 out of 10, when there is a sexual abuse case, it is somebody who's known to the person or to the family who does the crime. So I always feel that the younger generation is more smarter, more clever, and more aware of themselves.
ओके
In fact, I remember during our time, we would said कि ये सब अमीरों के नखरे हैं.
हाँ
ये मेंटल स्ट्रेस और ये सब के लिए टाइम नहीं
टाइम
रहा.
नहीं
और ये जो एक लाइन है, मर्द को दर्द नहीं होता, इसने बहुत मर्द को बर्बाद किया ये लाइन.
Hello everyone, I'm Tanisha from Mon Foundation. We are back with our series of interesting conversations around men's mental health. Today, we are joined by someone who brings together law, social responsibility, and community leadership. Advocate Naushad Furniturewala, who is a practicing advocate at Bombay High Court, is a dedicated social worker and is someone who actively works in civil and community development in Pune. Welcome, sir. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Absolutely my pleasure. And I must tell you, this is a very good cause that you all have taken up. It is really the need of the hour.
Thank you so much, sir. So, we'll begin with our first question.
So,
You have worked in law, public service, and social work for many years. From what you have seen, do men really openly talk about their stress or keep it inside? How do they deal with stress?
most of the times, men keep it to themselves only when they're going through mental, emotional stress. They never talk about it till the time it actually affects them. When it starts affecting them, that is when they try to find solace in something like drinking or smoking or gambling, which again makes it worse. It's a vicious cycle which they get into all the time.
Right. So, when a man comes with legal or life problems to you, what emotional pressure do you often seen in men?
So there are different kinds of pressure. It's a multi-layer kind of a pressure which we observe when we talk to people.
Hmm.
One is, of course, they're going through some kind of a stress in their family. So that itself is a pressure. Again, when they have to deal with something like if they have a small child in the house, then seeing them emotionally getting through the stress is another kind of pressure. When these things are happening, the way the society reacts towards that family, towards that man, is entirely different. And again, he's going through financial stress because he has to fight a legal case. And he also has to attend to the court hearings,
Right.
again come back, plan for the next hearing. So it is a multi-layered, stressful process which kind of breaks the man down.
Right, totally. What do you think that men hesitates when it comes to seeking emotional support or going for a therapy maybe?
So when we come across people and we talk to them, a few things we observed is men generally hesitate
Hmm.
is because there is a social norm or stigma which says when a man talks about his mental stress or emotional stress, he's a weak man.
Right.
So that
Absolutely.
social stigma is what scares people. Another part is there is also a chance when they talk about their mental stress, their emotional stress, they might just be misunderstood or they might be inwardly blamed, reversely blamed on them.
Right.
As if you had done something wrong, that is why you're going through this. So these are a few factors which stop them from actually sharing what they're feeling.
Absolutely, sir. That's very intriguing answer from you. Because we don't get to see that side of men that they have multiple factors which is, making up immense pressure on men's mental health. Men are expected to handle family, work, and social responsibility. At what point does social responsibility turn into emotional burnout for men?
So a man, especially in today's time, is going through multiple battles each and every day of his life. So there is pressures at work where you have a boss who gives you deadlines. There are social pressures where because of social media you see somebody buying a new car, somebody buying a new house. So that kind of pressure is there. Then there are other pressures of life where there are family demands, So there are multi-layer battle that a man is fighting. The breaking point comes is when a man is fighting all this for his loved ones. And those are the people who don't appreciate him
Right.
and who keep blaming him for what is not there or what he's not achieved rather than what he's trying to achieve or he's doing. That is the time when that is the breaking point of a man.
So I think it is the biggest breaking point when he feels that he is not being valued enough.
Absolutely. By his loved one.
Right. So next question will be financial stress, legal systems can be very heavy on men. So how do they usually deal with their self-worth and self-esteem when it comes to these kind of problems?
Oh, it is very difficult for any man to hold a self esteem when he's going through this kind of a legal stress, financial stress, emotional stress. There are battles that he's fighting on different level. He's fighting every day. Or usme for him to keep his self esteem, to hold his head high and go to work every day, meet socially, meet people every day. It is very difficult. So a lot of times in these situations, you'll see a man withdraws himself from everything and he gets back to alcohol or some kind of a vice which he thinks will save him out of it.
Right. So people nowadays think that physical health is not very much connected to the mental health, but it is in real. Because when you are affected mentally, you're suppressing those feelings. So you may feel it in physical form, any sort of diseases. So this is why the diseases are also very like prone to men. Heart diseases or diabetics, blood pressure is also becoming very, severe nowadays. And like we scientists and researchers believe that it's more because of men suppressing their feelings and keeping it inside and diseases getting more prone
Absolutely.
on the
So it is an
side.
internal killer.
Internal
These
killer.
things slowly, it is like a slow poison which keeps killing you within your cells. And the worst part is that a man does not realize this is happening to him
Right.
till the time he actually has a stroke
Hmm.
or he actually the blood pressure shoots up and he has to be hospitalized.
Right.
Till that time he does not even feel that he is going through it. This
Totally, totally. So, sir, do you think that from so many years you are in legal, you are in like social and community services as well. So, there is a huge gap when it comes to actually being like catering for mental health or having some sort of facilities which could, support mental health at the end. So, from your point of view, what we can do to make it more
See, I think firstly, it is extremely important to have something like this.
okay?
Because what happens is only if a man is good in mind, in emotion, can he, in a healthy way, support his family.
Right.
So, for him to be in good mental health is beneficial for the whole family
Hmm.
and on a macro view for the whole society.
Absolutely. Yes.
So, it is very important. It is very important that institutions like yours
Huh.
have a helpline institution because men are not reaching out with their problems.
Right.
Institutions like y'all, like the Mon Foundation, reaches to them, ask them, boss, do you have a problem? We are here to listen to you. We are here to find a solution for you. We are here to work with you
Right. Correct.
because that, in a macro, in a bigger picture, helps the society develop.
The bigger causes society is developing, so is the men. So my next question will be that many men express their feelings through anger, resilience, or like you said, substance abuse. So how can families or their partners can help them being, being better at their emotions, being a better man?
Correct. So a lot of times in these kind of situations, what happens is that only when a man starts behaving like this
Hmm.
does the family realize there's something wrong.
Right.
So the better solution would be that it is a long term association, a long term building of trust with the man where he feels comfortable, he feels confident कि हाँ भाई अगर कुछ मेरे साथ गलत हो रहा है, आई एम नॉट फीलिंग गुड, आई एम फीलिंग स्ट्रेस्ड, whether it is work stress, whether it is family, social pressure, I am able to talk to my people.
Right.
Yeah.
Correct.
It does not happen overnight. That trust has to be built for him. Only then will they be able to open up. Otherwise, what happens is everything is contained, and then one fine day it just all comes out.
Right.
And it creates a whole social and family problem.
Sir, I think it's more on the upbringing side also, because men are taught to be, strong, not cry easily. And वो आज भी जो एक थॉट है दैट मर्द को दर्द नहीं होता, तो उसके कारण भी एक मर्द को एक मतलब एक प्रेशर है कि आई हैव टू बी द स्ट्रॉन्ग मैन ऑफ द फैमिली.
Correct. Everybody has to realize this कि मर्द भी इंसान है.
राइट.
So when he's a human, he has emotions.
इमोशंस.
He's going to break down.
राइट.
Okay. Maybe the degree is different. Maybe the timing is different. Maybe the thought process is different. But he's human. He's going to break down. और ये जो एक लाइन है मर्द को दर्द नहीं होता, इसने बहुत मर्द को बर्बाद किया ये लाइन.
करेक्ट, करेक्ट, करेक्ट. सो उसके कारण ही उनके अंदर ही बैठ गया है वो
बिल्कुल.
चीज. लाइक, and do you believe that comprehensive sex education in, it should be mandatory in all schools for boys, so that crime rate in India gets reduced, like rape and sexual harassment, violence?
Oh, 100% has to be. So, I would say comprehensive sexual education is extremely important. One is because now with the social media and the internet, all sorts of things are available.
Right.
So, people are not understanding their boundaries. Young children are not understanding their boundaries. Another important aspect for it is that tomorrow children will go to some foreign country to study, to make their career. So, they really need to know that what their boundaries are and what boundaries they need to set for other people, whoever they come across. I would go a step further. Comprehensive sex education should go along with what I term as comprehensive trust education.
Okay.
By trust, I mean is if you see the statistics, if you see the data, most of the times, 8 out of 10, when there is a sexual abuse case, it is somebody who's known to the person or to the family who does the crime.
Yes.
So it is very important that children are taught who to trust, when to trust, and how much to trust.
Correct.
So that trust education is also very important to be taught to children as to know when. Now, of course, there is a good thing happening where in school they're teaching good touch, bad touch, but also who you should be aware of
Right.
is very important. Because most of the cases you see, the victim knows the predator
Correct.
most of the times. So it is very important to take care of that aspect of life.
Right. So, but when it comes to, making sex education compulsory in schools, it also is a matter of cultural sensitivity. So, how legal protection can be done in such areas where cultural sensitivity is involved?
See, I think you need to see. We need to change with times. Correct. Now, when these cultural things were taking place, there was no internet.
Right.
There was not abuse happening at such a large scale. But now, if you see, times have changed. Okay, and I think the legal constitution or the legal aspect of it absolutely supports, to, in my opinion, to giving sex education, because it's only when you don't give sex education these crimes happen, and then you are in a legal problem.
Totally.
So, to be on the right side of the law, it is very important that they know what is right and what is wrong, and what is the boundaries that they need to follow.
Right. So like we were also talking previously about how mental health is a subject where it can also gets falsely accused on the person when it comes to legal. Like
Absolutely.
बहुत केसेस होते हैं जहाँ पे कि यार ये जो पर्सन है और इज द विक्टिम ये मानसिक उससे इज नॉट फिट मेंटली इज अनफिट, ऐसे बहुत सारे केसेस होते होंगे. लाइक हाउ कैन a society or maybe legal can have a action on that thing? How can they judge and how can they?
Oh yes. So a lot of times, even the person who has been accused of this
हाँ.
can say he's not mentally this thing. A person who has been a victim of this, but normally if you see, the victims are usually children.
Okay.
Okay.
So this is the major reason that we should make it compulsory कि कोई भी school जो private government, it should be compulsory that sex education at least to the boys is very important for
बिल्कुल,
them to
because वो एज पे वो जो सीखेंगे वही in their adult life they'll follow.
they'll follow. So if a man watching this interview says that I am fine, but is in real very exhausted, tired. So what would you tell him that what he can do for his mental health?
So I would tell him firstly that don't lie to yourself that you're fine when you are not.
Right.
Okay. You talk to somebody.
Hmm.
Talk to somebody who you trust. If you don't have anybody to talk to, there are institutions like these who are there to help you. But keeping it within yourself is not going to solve the problem. It is only going to aggravate it.
Exactly. Yeah.
And by a man just keeping it himself, he's not only harming himself, but he's harming his surroundings, his family, his children. Everybody's under pressure with that.
Absolutely.
So it is not only good for him, but it is his duty to make sure that he is in a good mental and emotional health.
Exactly. Thank you so much, sir. So, when it comes to your mental challenges you might face in everyday your life, whether it's a small stressors to a big, legal stressors. So, what you do for your mental health, you would like to tell our viewers to know?
Okay. So for me, I've been very lucky to have a very supportive family. And what you do is you try to differentiate between your feelings and the core issue.
Okay.
A lot of times you're emotionally tangled where your core issues may not be so big, but you're feeling very bad about it.
Right.
So when you try to separate and work and solve the issues, you'll automatically start feeling better emotionally.
Right.
Okay. And things like healthy eating, workout, living a happy life, having good friends, it definitely helps you.
Exactly. Thank you so much, sir. So many people think that this new concept of, going to a therapist or going to a psychiatrist is very stigmatized still in our society कि यार साइकाइट्रिस्ट के पास तो पागल लोग ही जाते हैं थेरेपी पे मैं क्यों जाऊँ मैं पागल हूँ क्या सो व्हाई डू यू थिंक इज अभी भी इतना स्टिग्मा है थेरेपी एंड इसको लेके
Like we said, everything connected to this mental health for a man, emotional health for a man, is considered as a stigma, is considered as a weakness. So people are always scared that if I go to a doctor, I go to a therapist, I go to a psychiatrist, I go to a whoever, is going to make it worse for me to face the society after that.
ओके
But what you need to realize is it is going to be worse if you don't go. That is when you are killing yourself. You are not, your behavior pattern will change, and the society is still going to blame you for that. So it is important that you give yourself priority and go and attend this.
राइट
Of course, it can be done in a not very vocal way. You can keep it a secret. You can, people don't need to know if you don't want them to know.
नो
But to attend this and to get the problem solved is very important.
Right. Even at the same time, newer like upcoming generations are very vocal about mental health, their feelings, ki I am suffering this, I'm suffering that, I'm going to a therapist. But still some like older generations are still very rigid about the concept of therapy only because when we speak to them, they're like, ये सब हमारे ज़माने में नहीं होता था. We did not have ये सब हमारे ज़माने में. अभी ये सब नए ट्रेंड्स हैं. तो ये भी एक थिंकिंग है जो कि बहुत डिफरेंशिएट करती
Correct.
है।
So I always feel that the younger generation is more smarter,
हुँ,
more clever, and more aware of themselves.
ओके।
It is very important, and I would say कि it has been a loss for our generation because we've grown up, and we've been told ये सब कुछ नहीं होता है, ये सब in fact I remember during our time we were said कि ये सब अमीरों के नखरे हैं।
हाँ,
ये मेंटल स्ट्रेस और ये सब। भाई तुमको पढ़ाई करना है, नौकरी करना है, काम पे जाना है, लाइफ बनाना है, ये करना है, ये सब के लिए टाइम नहीं है
टाइम
आपके
नहीं है।
पास। बट द होल प्रॉब्लम इज़ बबल्ड बिकॉज़ ऑफ दैट।
राइट,
So the younger generation, I mean, whatever you say, Gen Z or
जेन ज़ी।
is much more smarter, much more aware, and they are not only giving money, career their priorities. They're trying to balance life and career,
बोथ,
which is very important.
वेरी इम्पोर्टेंट। So nowadays, cases of alimony maintenance after marriages are, hot trending nowadays when it comes to divorce. So what do you think about this? How it creates a lot of pressure on men as well as his family?
So I think some of the cases when you see are genuine, where two people are not getting together, the woman needs some kind of protection monthly, some kind of allowance where she can run her life and all. But a lot of cases, especially lately we've seen, have been very stressful for men is because It is more like a revenge kind of a situation that somebody takes on a man. A lot of times we see there is a woman has been doing this repetitively as a business with men, where they marry 2 3 months they're there, then they file a dowry case or cruelty case, then they take alimony, they take maintenance, then again they take a divorce, they marry somebody else. So this again is a very big problem in our system. One of the major problems which I feel, which is absolutely difficult for men, is the delay in justice.
Right.
So there was a case which was a lot in media about a gentleman
Yep.
who got married, who was doing everything right, but then there was from his partner there was a pre-planned strategy to harass him, to divorce him, ask for money, ask for alimony. And this gentleman, when he goes to court, the court, the matter is delayed so much after dates and dates, that eventually he wrote a suicide note where he said that I am committing suicide. And even after that, if these people are not punished, then you take my ashes and put them in the gutter. So this is the level of frustration men are going through nowadays when they have to fight these long, endless legal battles, which, like we previously said, drains them emotionally also, financially also, and in every way affect their career also, in every way, and it makes them take this extreme step of suicides.
They
So
end up losing their life because of
they end up losing their life. Their parents end up losing their son. There, it is a very, very drastically bad situation.
Hmm. Sir, in some cases, there are like women demanding so huge amounts of alimony, in crores and cars.
Yes.
And in some cases, the family ends up like losing everything they have. So, because of that, also, men have this pressure of not marrying so early or
True.
even not marrying throughout their life, also.
True. Unfortunately, like abroad, we don't have a system of prenup where it is decided that if we have to separate, how we are going to do that. Here in our system, because a lot of it is influenced by the culture that सात जन्मों का साथ है, ये है, is that a lot of times, divorce is something which is seen as a very big thing here.
Yes.
So a lot of people, even if now a person gets married today, 2 days later, if the wife goes and files divorce, he is liable to pay her maintenance, he's liable to pay her all those things which the court tells him to do that. So it somewhere feels a little biased, against men. But then lately, of course, matlab the judiciary has also been taking, and there are cases which have been dismissed because of the lack of evidence, lack of genuineness to it.
Correct.
But yes, one of the biggest factor is the delay that is created in coming to the end of this. It destroys lives.
And because of this also, men has the fear of not going to the justice system, that justice will be delivered, because he thinks that eventually women will have the upper hand.
Absolutely. So the younger generation is very skeptical
Hmm.
of getting married. They think, नहीं भाई हम अकेले ही ठीक है, because we don't want to go through this.
Right.
And so it is affecting a lot of things.
But nobody talks about how even delayed justice is creating a huge pressure on mental health.
Yeah, it is delayed justice is justice denied.
Hmm.
Absolutely. For a person, it finishes the best years of his life where he can make something out of himself. By the time it is ended, he himself is so emotionally broken, mentally damaged, that he cannot help grow his family, his surroundings. And of course, then he is attracted to these vices of drugs, alcohol, and other things, which is a vicious cycle which he gets into again and again and again. Good lives have been destroyed because of the delay in justice.
So, was there any cases you have personally observed where, like, even you have felt that very bad feeling for the men कि यार ये इसके साथ कितना बुरा हुआ?
Oh yes, a lot of times. So
Hmm.
we know that this has just been, the man has been made a victim, and we can see that he loves his son, he loves his daughter, but that emotional pressure where he not be able to see them,
Yeah.
the custody might go to the mother, and we see, matlab, the man does not deserve to be treated like that. But then there are pointers where you need to follow the system and the law, and
Absolutely.
of course we need to go that way. But yeah, there have been times when we know that he is unnecessarily being made the victim. There are some vested interests of the other party.
You're right.
But even though this happens, there is a procedure that needs to go through.
So, do you think that in the upcoming years or in the upcoming generations, prenup is somewhat can be the solution to the the mental pressure a men face because of alimony and these things?
I think it should. I think as times are changing,
Hmm.
I think it has become the need of the hour,
Okay.
because what happens is this kind of strain also leads to other crimes where somebody is asking for alimony. The man feels that he will do some criminal act to the woman. It kind of leads to a very social unrest kind of a situation. So if these things are sorted, like even if you get into any kind of a relationship, even if you get into a business partnership, there is always a exit plan.
Yeah.
कि भाई नहीं जमा तो ये तुम्हारा ये हमारा will go on.
Yes.
So in every relationship, I think that is a must, where there is a clear exit plan, because times have changed.
Yeah.
Today you might be madly in love with somebody, tomorrow you might not be.
Yes.
So it has to be done amicably, it has to be done peacefully. So there is no rough feathers
Right.
in the whole thing.
Yeah, so prenup can become somewhat the solution for this elevating
Absolutely.
trend. So we come to the last question of our interview today. If you want to give a message to all the men watching this interview, what would it be?
So my message to all the men who are watching this interview, firstly, you have to realize, if you're going through an emotional stress, a mental stress, you realize that you are not alone. A lot of men are going through this,
Yes.
and you should not hesitate to take help, whether it is legal help, whether it is help from some doctor, a psychologist, a psychiatrist, a therapist, but you should take it. And somewhere down the line, you should give yourself priority, because if you are healthy, you are happy, will you keep your surrounding, your family, your parents, your wives, your children, your sisters, your brothers happy, and only then will your surroundings be happy,
Happy.
and it will also help you grow in your career.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for being us here.
It is my pleasure.
Thank you.
Absolutely my
Yeah.
pleasure. Thank you.